Give thanks to the Great Mother, Great Father, the ancestors, the archangels, the seven ancestral spirits of creation, all the archangels, the angels, the ancestors. Please guide us and protect those that are right, that are striving for righteousness, and protect us for those that are unrighteous, that claim to be righteous. On that, I want to say Ashe. And I want to say thank you for listening. All right, y'all. It's Wednesday, so-called what they say hump day. Let me go ahead and get down to business anyway. Excuse me for a minute. I gotta turn something on in my house. Had to turn the air on in my house. It's getting warm. It's the real new day, New year, which is the spring solstice or the spring equinox. So let's talk. Um, so where I'm at with everything, as far as in general, with certain stuff. Um, I'm at the point where as though there's too many distractions and too many agents. Once again, too many distractions and too many agents. You have agents of chaos, agents of confusion, and they're trying to create this big old race war in the U.S. That's what they're trying to do, and they're not going to succeed. So, there's things that we have to do as a people, as a nation, is stay away from the distractions and the lies. And I apologize for chewing. I had to cook something. Um, you gotta stay away from the distractions and the lies. Stay away from the agents. A lot of these agents are talking all this FBA stuff and all this riffraff and they are part of the problem. They're trying to bring separation and beef amongst all the nations. And a lot of them are not married to so-called black women. You know what I'm saying? They're not agents of chaos. They're agents of chaos. I ain't robbing nobody today. I ain't robbing nobody today. I'm just wearing this because I ain't want to put my fez on today, and I ain't want to feel like if I was going to say any foul language with my fez on. But like I said, but peace to you. But peace to you, Sage. Peace to you, Sage. If you don't mind, I'm gonna make you a mod also too. So whenever you come over here, you know what I'm saying. If you don't like what you see, you can always, you know what I'm saying, take care of that. But yeah. So it's like where I'm at with all of this. It's a lot of chaos, confusion, and a lot of race baiting going on. We already know what's going on. If they're trying to start a race war in the U.S., they've been trying to do that for a long time. So so-called black people can go ahead and start a muck, so they can bring forth concentration camps and stuff like that. We already know. So they're gonna do everything in their power to up the ante on things with the emotions and all the above. And they're going to use the news media as an outlet to bring all this. So keep your eyes on that. That's what they're trying to do. Um, all my real spiritual people that's watching, you know what time it is. And the real spiritual people that are watching, you know who the chosen are. So those that are chosen, you know what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You fall back from this stuff because they already know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get us to cause chaos and confusion so they can have every right to go ahead and put martial law in the full effect. And at the same time, by black people. Exactly. Thank you, Sage. Exactly. That's the point that I'm making. They want to divide everybody. That's the whole thing. They want to divide everybody because, let me tell you, the whole so-called white supremacy or ideology that came amok, that came from the aristocrats over there in Europe. They got together to create what you call white supremacy today, and they made it seem like those that are Caucasian are superior. They did that because they didn't want to lose power, and they made those people that the aristocrats made those that were so-called white, made them feel superior by giving them false narratives of history. So they rewrote history on many accords instead of just realizing that their culture really came from other cultures. They took those stories and whitewashed them. That's what the aristocrats did. They used their so-called scholars and educators to whitewash everything. So now you got things that's going on where people are trying to do this whole superiority complex, but in actuality, everybody have that connection to the African DNA, but nobody don't want to talk about it. In order for you to live and survive on this planet, you have to have melanin, even if you don't have abundance of it. But see, nobody don't want to talk about this. And a lot of these so-called white supremacists know it or not, like the Ben Shapiro's and what's his name, Nick Fuentes. Listen, they mixed. They not 100% Caucasian. They're in it just to cause chaos and confusion. They're part of the chaos and confusion. Then you got people that are melanated that's causing chaos and confusion by doing the race baiting stuff. To be honest, a lot of them are agents, and a lot of them are not even married to so-called black women. Just to let y'all know, they in it just to go ahead and get their money, because they know that when it comes down to cultures, especially black culture, they can make money off of it. Because they know that so-called melanated or black people are consumers, 1.3 or 1.4 trillion dollar of consumers. So they want that money right there. You get what I'm saying? You know, I just want to let y'all know. That's what's happening. They don't want to tell y'all. Like, I want to put so many names out there and start naming names, you know what I'm saying, who are agents and stuff like that, and y'all be shocked. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them have huge followers, and they're cashing in on this stuff because they know it's a trillion dollar such a thing that they can make money off of. Divide and conquer is the main course or the main source of everything of us. And it's not just because of the European aristocrats, because the original European aristocrats were what you call black people that had higher power than the Caucasians, and that taught them how to be civilized. And they are what you call the dirty Moors, right? So they don't want to tell you all this stuff, and all these people are hiding the truth from the people. They don't want the people to know. So they use their agents to bring forth the chaos and confusions amongst the people. And there's so many of them, there are legions of them. And they don't want people to wake up. They don't want nobody to wake up to see right through the lies. Because now you got a lot of people realizing that a lot of the cultures started from so-called black people. And they're realizing that, they've been lied to. And everything that is going on right now is to keep the so-called sleeping giants asleep. You know, they don't want the giants to wake up. Who are the giants? Your so-called African Americans are your sleeping giants. Everybody been trying to get a piece of the African Americans to wake up and to be on their side and all of that. And the thing is, the African Americans themselves are confused. They're under an identity crisis because everything's been stolen from them. The culture, the language, the religion, traditions has been stolen. But I'm here to let y'all know that those that are so-called African American, your culture is connected to those of Haiti, those that are Haitian, that is a part of the so-called African Americans culture. Those that are practicing African spirituality, such as the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the so-called Afro Latinos, they practice in Santeria. That's a part of your tradition. When they're praising Odumare, when they're praising the creator that came from, yeah, this, but exactly, Sage. So that's why I'm about to get into all of this because all of it goes back into the source because all this is connected back to what I was saying about what the original culture. Because at one point in time, everybody were one and we all were getting along. And the thing about it, when the aristocrats came into power and they started taking the money from the resources and stuff from the different locations, and they started taking the gold, the silver, all this from these different locations, especially over here, over there in Haiti, over there in Africa, they started taking the resources. They wanted to keep the power. And they brought forth the ideology of white supremacy, hatred, and all of that to keep everybody separated and keep everybody from uniting as one. This stuff has been going on for a long time. And the best people that they had to stop from waking the people up were people that look like me and you. They look like me. You know what I'm saying? They did not want us to wake everybody else up because honestly, everybody been waiting for the so-called African American people to wake up. Because especially the women, it's a lot to this. I really want to expound on it more. That everything is connected through melanin, the cosmos, the spirit realm, all the above. You know what I'm saying? Those that are Caucasian, that are spiritual, that see right through it. Y'all going to be on a high frequency too. There's so many things that is going on because you got to remember, energy don't die. It recycles. It starts over again. All of us are made out of energy. All of us chose the race that we wanted to be and all this other stuff. But the distraction is this. If I can make one race feel like they're better than the other, bring separation, then I did my job. You have too many people. It just don't disappear. It goes back, and also it can recycle too. Reincarnation. If you still got work to do down here, you come back down here. So there is reincarnation, and a lot of people are starting to realize that because if you have not did everything that you have wanted to do, you have to come back down here and finish up your work. Get what I'm saying? If you follow me, Roger, I think it says Roger God. I don't want to mispronounce it, but I want to make you a mod too because I like the name and I feel like you got some things to say. But also it can recycle too, beloved. Trust me. If you like through how the way it works in the occult science, if you have still work to do here, or who owns this country, I'm gonna tell you the people that's the dirty Moors actually do. They found research that there's actually a Moor. No. I'm gonna tell you, there's some guys, men and women that look like yours truly that really run everything, the whole elite thing and all of that. They're finding this out. And these people that look like melanated, they're finding out that they're not really human, if that make any sense. They're mixed with the DNA, but they're not necessarily human. I'm trying to get it to a point where as though I don't get strike or anything. I'm trying to get y'all to follow me. It's real deeper than what everybody think it is. Like seriously. And the Ashkenazis, they're also how can I put it? They are under that umbrella too. You get what I'm saying? The people that really run everything, that own this, they look like yours truly, but they don't want people to know because they hide behind the scenes. A brother named Rod Hayes spoke on this. Many others has been speaking on this. Because they're finding out who really runs the show. And when you see people that are palm colored, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they're nothing more than you know, how the Wizard of Oz, when the Wizard of Oz was, how he had that behind the curtain stuff, he had had a mask and was somebody behind the curtain. There was a guy the whole time. That's how it is with those people that are palm colored that are in power. They're only in the front, but it's real people behind the scenes that look like yours truly that's actually evil running everything. If that make any sense. Yeah, it's like this. If I tell you that the people that really run it, they are. What if I tell you the people that really run it have what you call Nephilim DNA, but they are actually melanated? What if I tell you that? You know what I'm saying? Let's really get down. I'm really trying to get down to expounding on stuff that's a little bit, you know, out there. How you doing, Miss Shelley? How you doing, Mama Shelley? How you doing? Yes, yes, Sage. Yes, half angel, half man. Yes, and women. So, but they look like this complexion, copper, copper colored. Trust me. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on that they're not really talking about. Um, how can I put this? There's been a war going on this planet for eons. That's good, mommy. Mommy, show you how you. I'm glad to see you on here. There's been a war going on for eons. Earth was actually in the beginning was a battleground for other beings at one point in time. Okay. Now, since it's life present here, it's not just a battleground. They consider it a prison planet and other things. But Earth have a potential to become evolved into something real special in the people. Okay. Now, during the time of Atlantis, those Moors or Mers that were good ran this country or this planet. They were dibble dabbling in a whole lot of stuff. Also, they were at one point in time, know it or not, I know this sounds too far-fetched. At one point in time, they were what you called one gender. And they got split into masculine and feminine, if that make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And there's a book called there's a book called Legacy of the Black Gods. Get that. It's written by a guy named Paul Simon. You can get it on Amazon or whatever. Get that book. It goes into details about a lot of stuff too. I'm just summarizing it, paraphrasing some of the stuff, but that have a lot of information in it about how the Masonic lodges were started, the whole soulmates, twin flame thing, how that all started. It's highly spiritual things that's actually happening that they don't want to really talk about. Like right now, through all this chaos and confusion, why all the governments are protecting Antarctica because of this big old block of ice that's blocking everything. Because there's another world behind that block of ice that they don't want to tell everybody about. Why they don't want to talk about Area 51 and all this other stuff. Listen, the CIA have information about how the way we actually have God-like powers, how we can use telekinesis and all that. They have all of that. Matter of fact, I want to tell all the so-called African Americans that they have their hands on your spiritual practices, and they practice it on you every day. From the Santeria, the Ifa, the Voodoo, and all of that, they have a handbook on all your stuff, and they use it on you every day. Listen, they don't just use it on you; they use it on everybody. There's so many things that is unheard of that they're doing to the people. This whole world is an illusion, and they know it. Listen, there's so many things that we can do that they don't even want us to know. That's why they're giving us certain foods, silent weapons for silent wars. That's why the foods are not healthy. That's why people are going to vegan and all that. Even that's not going to be healthy in a while because they're also infiltrating veganism. Okay? That's why you got people that's planting their own foods now. That's getting off the grid because they realize the crazy stuff that's going on. Listen. You're dealing with a power You're dealing with a power that's been doing this so long. That's all they want to do is bring chaos and confusion to the world. And they have their agents working overtime to bring separation, to bring race wars and all this other stuff. Hey, Sage, more power to you. I don't blame you. It's best to do that than get caught up in the matrix. But keep your eyes open. Always keep your eyes open, because they want to. Sage, I want to ask you a question. Are you male, female? I'm just curious. Because I don't want to say hey man or hey. I don't want to. I want to know, because I want to know how to greet you when I see you on here next time, if that's okay. 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 All right, brother. Cool. So now I know how to. Now I know how I can talk to you, and I'm glad that you came on here. But it's good to get off the grid. Let me tell you, several years ago, I had a chance to get off the grid, y'all. And somebody got in the middle of that because I let them get in the middle of it. Because if I was off the grid, I would be doing YouTube lives at a certain location where you wouldn't be able to find me. And I was connecting to this guy that knew how to get off the grid and knew how to get all this stuff done. The woman that I was involved with during the time, she was playing games, and she wound up messing up everything that I was trying to do. Now it's a brand new ball game. Before I even decide to do that, there's things I have to take care of, and I want everybody else to take care of it. Listen, get yourselves together. Put your money to the side. I'm talking to everybody that's watching. Put your fiat currency and start buying gold and silver coins. Start buying gold and silver coins. Get a safe. Start buying it. Put it to the side. Start investing in mutual funds too. Because everything I'm telling you, I'm doing. Okay, I'm not just making stuff up, not just saying it. Put that all to the side, and at the same time, practice and learn a martial art. Good. That's good. Hey, Sage, I don't blame you. Do all that. But also start investing in gold and silver and get a safe. Please, I'm trying to tell you something. Learn martial arts. Learn martial arts. Learn martial arts. Learn boxing, martial arts, mixed martial arts. Put all that together. Learn how to defend yourself. And at the same time, learn how to use the sword. Learn how to use the nunchucks. Learn how to. I'm trying to tell y'all some stuff here. I never go on my YouTube channel or this YouTube channel or our YouTube channel, however you want to call it. I'm going to say our YouTube channel. I don't ever go on our YouTube channel saying stuff like this. I'm telling y'all this stuff for a reason. When you go into self-defense and learn martial arts, you're connecting back with your higher self too. You're also learning discipline. You're also learning more about your chi. Good. Go into can I make a suggestion? Sage, try Shotokan karate. Shotokan karate and go into Kung Fu. By you already doing MMA and boxing, get into those two martial arts. Mix it up with your boxing and MMA. You'll see how real vicious you're going to be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you some information to help you out. I mean, I'm just doing the best that I can, because me and my family, we do martial arts, Kung Fu karate. I'm about to go back to my karate classes. I'm gonna start Monday. I kept on postponing it for a reason, but now I know I have to do it because I've been told to go back into it. And I was told to start early Monday, this Monday coming. Then I got to go back into doing Kung Fu. Then I'm thinking about going into Tai Chi. And then after that, Muay Thai. I'm going to put all those martial arts together to create another martial art. You know? So, I mean, I apologize for chewing. I had to eat something though, y'all. Brother is like, been hungry. Oh, wow. You will, Sage. Listen, The Creator got you on this. You're going to get up out of that rut. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get out that rut, family. Everything is going to be safe for you. Keep the positive energy and mindset flowing. Only you can get yourself out of that with the help of the Creator and the Divine. You seem like you're very highly spiritual as well, and you truly are dedicated to do great things here on this planet. And I have a feeling that you're going to teach people some great things. You got a lot of things to teach people that really want to learn, and that's what I get from you. You know, many people that subscribe to my channel, I try to let them know how great they are, and I can tell that you're real great by you learning and knowing like MMA and boxing. And then when you go into those other martial, those two martial arts I was telling you about, and mix it up with the stuff that you know, you're going to be a great teacher. And also, I feel like you have great discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I know it is a trying time for you. And I know sometimes it can be hectic, but you're going to get out of it because you always seem to find a way out of things that you get yourself, that, you know, that always seem to, knock you out of place. You have that mindset, and I feel that, you know. But I really want everybody to know what time it is. And also, when y'all get a chance to invest in gold and silver, I'm going to try to find a link where you can invest in at least silver coins. Give me a second, because what I'll do, I'm going to see if I can, if y'all have my email. Yeah, of course. Good. I know you're going to be fine because it's in your DNA. But I'm a, I wish if Mama Shelly's still on here, Mama Shelly, if you do you know my email address? If you can put that, if you want here still, if you can put that in the chat, where Sage and whoever want to contact me, they can, and I can send them the link if I remember the link for everybody to start investing in silver coins, and please get a safe if y'all can, when y'all get a chance to. Um, learn how to learn self defense. Everybody that's watching, I'm telling y'all, because stuff is about to be crazy out here real soon. Because somebody told me what was really going on, and what they're doing, they're actually going to go ahead and do away with the stock market and everything to bring forth a new currency. This is what I'm hearing from a lot of my sources. Okay. Um, some people saying it's Nasara Jasara, but me, I was pushing it at one point in time, but I'm starting to question it a little bit more, because the more I start diving in and start researching, it's starting to make it seem like it's pushing a new agenda, if that make any sense. Um, it's not even a new agenda; it's an old agenda. And I told everybody, look at the front cover of the book, Leviathan 666 by Dr. York. You see the front cover. You see the orange man right there with his face right there. Good, yeah. Save pennies, gold, silver, get all of that stuff. I'm telling y'all, listen. If you can do without stuff, do without it. What's about to take place, from what I'm hearing, that they about to get rid of the stock market thing. I'm telling y'all, from what I'm hearing, that's why the tariffs that Trump and stuff, and the whole trade wars, that's all interconnected with that. You know what I'm saying? It's all interconnected, and they trying to stop certain things from happening. And you got the Chinese actually going on TikTok and saying to Americans, you can purchase these bags from us for a lower price instead of paying Louis Vuitton and all that other stuff. Um, I'm just letting y'all know what's really going on. Like, they are not playing out here. Don't get caught up in the distractions, the race thing that they trying to push. They keep on pushing this race thing. They trying to push a race war. That's why me and many others have been telling African Americans, step down, stand down, because that's what they're trying to do. They're going to use everything to boost up not just so-called African Americans, but everybody. They're going to try to boost up the emotions to cause something. Thank you. Um, I'll tell you a little story about that if y'all don't mind. How I came across Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire. I came across that name back in 2008, 2009. Um, And I was guided by the ancestors, and they told me to call myself that. So what I did when Facebook was so on and popping like that, I created groups on Facebook called the Human Family of Star Seeds, the Rainbow Galaxy of Star Seeds. I started reaching out to many different star seeds across the globe, know it or not, from African princesses to people that's in Britain and all of that. I was reaching out to everybody. People in Belize, I was reaching out to all of them. And I would just post up videos, but I would never do a live. I would just post up videos and I would talk to people individually. And I kept on letting them all know the greatness that they have with them and within them, and I would help them bring it out. And then a lot of them became alchemists. Some of them became teachers teaching esoteric information. A lot of them started going into specific and ancient priestesses and priesthoods. So I've been doing this for a long time. So when I see somebody through listening to them or reading their text, I started going to what I feel from that individual to let them know the greatness that they have in them and they can bring it out of them, if that make any sense. Um, in the esoteric world, they will call me what you consider a light worker. Um, but I'm also on here to not just be on here to represent the human race, but I'm also here to represent my people that look like me, that's so-called African American. And I tell everybody I love everyone, but I got to put my people first too, because in the beginning, all of us learned a lot from people that were melanated and African, because all this stuff that's been going on has an origin. It was always African origin based. And a lot of people keep on trying to shun it, but more and more um, archaeologists and many different scientists, even geneticists, are finding out that it's true. Um, and I gave a story about this gentleman that's married to this African woman they live out here and they own a store out here. And the store is called Sankofa. The woman is African, her husband is Caucasian, and he told me out his own mouth that he said his ancestors were not like our ancestors. Yeah, I mean it was people that I came across that did all of that. But when it come down to the whole witchcraft thing, it's about the practitioner of it. And the word witch means wise woman. Warlock means wise man. That's the real translation. But you got people that use it for good. You got people that use it for evil. Trust me on that. You got people that use it for good. You got people that use it for evil. It's about the energy of the practitioner. Um, there's always been a war. There's always been a war between those that are practicing that and those that are for. You always had a war that had people that was practicing for evil and those that was practicing it for good. There's been a war like that been going on for eons too. Um, they don't want to talk about this stuff. I'm sharing all the stuff that I know. There was a gentleman named Bobby Hemmett that spoke on this. That there's been a war going on for a long time for these ancient practices. Um, and the elites, they've been trying to get this one practice in particular, because if they get this one practice, game over. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that a lot of people need to realize what's really going on. There is what you consider positive and negative, good and evil. But here's the thing: you have dark and light. But this is the thing: it's supposed to be a balance between both light and dark to bring the yin and yang together, which brings supreme balance to the universe or to the universe. However, you got people that don't want to do that, that want to have more negativity than positivity and more positivity than negativity instead of bringing the balance. There's a movie called The Dark Crystal by Jim Henson. I recommend everybody watch that movie, because in that movie it shows a whole lot. Of course, it was taken. I know about the lesser keys and the greater keys of Solomon. I know about that sage. I read about that. See, one thing, I only read the greater keys. I don't deal with the lesser keys, because my energy and my spirit, it don't deal with the low vibration energy. Get what I'm saying? The lesser keys were also written by Aleister Crowley. I can't go nowhere near Aleister Crowley books. I get headaches from his books. And I was literally told by the spirit realm that he don't like me and I don't like him. I don't go nowhere near Aleister Crowley. He also had the name the Mad Arab. That's another one of his names too. I tell everybody, I don't fool with Aleister Crowley. Never did. I don't know if me and him are arch enemies or what. I don't know. But I was literally told in the spirit realm that me and him do not like each other. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that Aleister Crowley stole his information from a black man that was studying the occult. I forgot his name. And they murdered him and they took all his information. And Aleister Crowley was the person that took his information and started running with it. And he twisted it around to deal with the lower vibration and the lower vibrational teachings. I forgot the guy's name though. But they murdered this brother and took all his information. And Aleister Crowley was the ringleader of all of that. So I just can't remember the guy's name. So yeah, that's what I want to share with everybody. Yeah, I heard about the Goetia too. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The greater key. That's what I know about your energy. Your energy is a high frequency energy. You can't delve in the lower frequency energy. That's I do know. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like I know that you're special. Everybody that's on here that's watching, all of you are special and great. But I picked that up from you. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to everybody is that you got to stay in high vibes, and you know when it deal with the esoteric information, take your time, let your spirit guide you. But if something don't feel right about whatever you're reading about, leave it alone. Get what I'm saying? Leave it alone. So I'm just telling y'all this because out of love and so on. Exactly. Exactly, Sage. There is things that's hidden behind the veil that most people don't ever think about or pay attention to. Exactly. They really don't. And that's just something that I'll be on this channel trying to talk about to a standpoint where people can follow what I'm saying. But it's like I can't say with so much on this particular forum. So eventually I also have a what they call it? Oh my goodness. I have a Rumble channel that I'm about to work on where I can actually go into more details, and I want to start having people, you know, come on in and speak and have guest speakers on there like I'm gonna have on here eventually. That's why I'm trying to get a 1,000 subscribers on this channel so I can start having certain people speak about spiritual practices and speak about, you know, the contacts that they have made and all of that, so they can also tell people to be careful on things that they need to be careful on. Like one of the people that I'm actually hoping to get one day is a couple of women that I would like to love to have on this channel where I can interview them and they can talk to people. Yeah, me too. I'm always comfortable with free speech as well. So I'm a redo my Rumble channel, but I'm also going to work on getting 1,000 subscribers here, and I'm gonna start talking and reaching out to people that practice spiritual practices, and they can share certain information with others. That's why I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can go ahead and get this channel moving. And then once I get the 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna get more subscribers on here. Then I'm gonna start letting everybody know to come on the Rumble channel and start, you know, having more people on there, so we can start talking about spirituality practices and start talking about other things other than, you know, I want it to be open forum from all of us. And this channel is not just my channel. I call it our channel, but I mainly say it's your channel because whatever y'all want to talk about, you can email me. That's why I was hoping that Mama Shelly was on here, because I think I gave her my email. But it's like, you know, I don't want to just, you know, blatant like say it because I don't know if anybody will be able to write it down. But eventually I'm gonna start reaching out to everybody and start sending like books, references, and start, when I go into the rites of passage on my spiritual practices and get initiated, I'll be able to help everybody else more on their journey, on their path, you know, if they're open with that. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this too, is to help guide everybody on the path that they choose. Thank you. Cool. No doubt, because there's other websites that I look at. I'm also I've been watching stuff on what's the other thing called? Oh my gosh, Telegram. I be on Telegram watching information on there too. I tell anybody, if you can go on Telegram, go onto I don't like to say conspiracy theories, but go into those and start looking up stuff and start doing your own research. Don't take everything I say for face value. I tell everybody, if you don't believe me, look it up, research it yourself, look it up, you know, constantly keep on learning, because I don't care how old you are, you're always going to keep learning. keep learning, keep on getting that information, and start practicing it. Start doing what you got to do to get out of these crazy situations that we're in. Because right now, this planet, she is evolving, and it's people that's going to evolve with her. And at the same time, I tell everybody, the Gregorian calendar is not the real calendar. This planet is older than what everybody thinks. It's billions of years old. It's not in the thousands. It's billions of years old, if not older. And the Gregorian calendar, the real New Year is actually in the spring solstice or the spring equinox. It is not in January. It was never in January. Okay? The reason for it, because during the spring solstice, that's when everything start growing back again, start resurrecting again. The sun start gaining its power back. Peace. I look into, okay, I'm familiar with that too. The Agenda 21, Project Bluebeam, New World Order. Yeah. Peace and love to you, Sage. Love you, man. Hey, everything you listed, I did research on, family. Trust me. So it's like everything you saying. But peace to you. But yes, I want to let y'all know, like, listen, don't get caught up in these daggone these politics, man. I'm telling y'all, they got something up their sleeve, and what they're not telling you is that there's no draining of the swamp. There's no draining of the swamp because the swamp already been drained. You know who drained the swamp? The people did. The people drained the swamp. It wasn't one person. The people drained that swamp. You know what I'm saying? The people drained the swamp, not one man, not Captain Orange. The people drained the swamp. Keep that in mind, all right? But I want to let y'all know, man, get everything that I'm telling y'all, gold, silver. You know, I'll let y'all know when I finally do go through the rites of passage, though. Y'all gonna know, because I'm gonna tell y'all. You know? So, I'm gonna let y'all know that I appreciate all y'all for watching, but keep your eyes and ears open. And watch the weather patterns. Watch the weather patterns out there, y'all. Watch the weather patterns. Please watch the weather patterns. And most of all, I want to let y'all know that Friday's my birthday, or my solar return. So, you know, Friday I'll be on here, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna talk about, because right now we really need to find answers on what's happening. But all of you that's going through crazy nonsense, those that are going, I don't mean like crazy, like I'm talking about crazy stuff that's like unheard of, and you're still here. You got work to do here. The divine is not finished with you yet. She's not done. She got work for you to do here. And it's time for y'all to wake up. All y'all sleeping giants, y'all need to wake up. Enough is enough. Y'all can't keep on fighting it now, because everybody know what time it is. Those that are waking up, the real chosen know what time it is. Let me tell you this: the energy, all these people saying new energy coming in. No, the energy already been here. It's not even, it haven't been coming through. It's already been through. The vortex and portals had opened up back in so-called 2012. They've been opened up. They even opened up earlier than that. The portals opened up back in 2000 and still opening up to bring forth energy. There is no such thing as a new wave of energy because of the moon. No, the energy's already been here. They already been here. It just take people light years to catch up. It's taking people light years to realize. Those that practice the occult sciences, they don't even need to talk about that. They already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is to y'all, it's time to wake up and stop playing games. Because I'm talking also to my melanated brothers and sisters, from the Afro-Latinos to the Haitians, to the so-called African Americans, to the Dominicans, to the brothers and sisters that's in Mexico, that are so-called black. I'm calling y'all, all of y'all melanated people. I'm calling y'all, let y'all know what time it is. The planet need us to wake up. Shout out to Dr. Moonbeam, Siraki. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to realize what the damn hell is going on, because the planet is off the meat rack and she's trying to let us wake up, but yet we're not waking up. Instead, we're still practicing religions that were given to us by people that enslaved us. What they did, they went on and plagiarized our information, recycled it, and gave it back to us. They don't want to talk about who the angels really are. We know who the angels are. They don't want to talk about the spirit realm like that. My brothers and sisters that practice voodoo, y'all know who that is in power, who they really are. We should know who they really are. The revolution have not stopped. It never stopped. We need to stop playing games. No more God games, no more waiting for somebody to come and save us. As a more, we learn there is justice and there's just us. You have justice and just us, which is the same goddamn thing. On that note, I want to let you know, I love all of you. And may the ancestors and the great mother, great father, the archangels, the angels, the ancestral spirits of creation protect you and yours that are striving for, not just for your own divinity, but also striving for righteousness. And may they protect you from those that claim to be righteous, that are actually unrighteous, which are nothing more than agents of chaos. I love you all. Peace, blessings to all of you. Supreme balance, which is dark and light put together to bring balance of the universe or the universe. I love all of you. I really do. And I hope y'all spread this information. I hope y'all get the likes up. And may we have another stream where we really dive in a little deeper, because I don't want to say too much on YouTube. So I try to watch what I say on here. But when I revamp my Rumble channel, I'm going all in. Trust me on that. But I want to go through the rites of passages first before I do that. Peace and love, Mother Shelly. I'll talk to you after this probably, if you're not busy, okay, to check up on you. All right, y'all. Peace.